Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. Diddy has faced a huge examination because of charges encompassing his problematic activities inside the business. One of his ex-young lady companions blamed him for asserting that he took advantage of her whenever he furnished her with amazing open doors in the diversion world. Quite a few noticeable craftsmen, including Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, and Usher, have approached to share their encounters, proposing that Diddy might play a role in threatening them and subverting their professions through unlawful means, adding to the discussion. Denzel Washington has likewise entered the discussion, charging that Diddy pressured him into going to a wild occasion when Washington disproved these claims. Diddy endeavored to move the fault, hinting that Denzel was really answerable for such gatherings anyway. Reality has all the earmarks of being not quite the same as Diddy's statements that Denzel would leave the gatherings early. I follow Denzel out. I'm out. You see what I'm talking about in light of the fact that when you leave 30 minutes for Satan to arrive, it's nothing out of sorts with showing up for the gatherings. Even Christ Party, from an unassuming start as a TV entertainer hiding in the shadows, he has risen. Like a phoenix to guarantee his place as a pioneer in reality as we know it, where dreams frequently blur, he stands tall as just the second African-American entertainer to grip that sought-after Oscar for Best Entertainer. Yet his distinction doesn't stop at that brilliant statute. This man has a hunger for jobs that rise above fiction, embracing genuine personas with beauty. Individuals say, goodness, the trouble of making a film. I'm similar to sending your child to Iraq. That is troublesome. It's simply a film. It's like unwinding and conveying this persona. He has forever been in the front seat to talk about each bad behavior that is happening in the business. And this time he is taking a hit at, in all honesty, Diddy and his gatherings. I feel that since within all of us, we have something pulling at us, advising us to put stock in something, to have confidence in something. I believe that is normal. That is the God in us discussing this. Diddy's gatherings have forever been the subject of discussions by many individuals in the business. Josh Ostrovsky, commonly known by his online entertainment moniker the Fat Jew, has purportedly uncovered a frightening experience, including Diddy and his partners dwelling in the U.S. Josh Ostrovsky is perceived for his complex profession and huge presence on different web-based entertainment stages. You realize that many individuals felt one way, and many individuals felt the other way. I kind of got sort of set into the center, resembled the substance of the issue. And I resembled you realize the web is for shouting also. Shouting just lovely ladies, yet in the event that there were just gorgeous models there. There ought to be nothing bad about the party. You realize my man is letting me know that, like, you realize each third individual is some chief you know got in the background, folks, who I don't perceive there's a demeanor of doubt encompassing Josh's activities recommend. He could have been careful about being recorded mistakenly. Besides, the unconventional shortfall of men at a party solely attended by ladies causes a stir anyway. The situation starts to get interesting as Josh, looking for the restroom, slips a stairwell just to wind up exploring the maze and passageways of the house. One's a room, it doesn't have a washroom in it, whatever. Each room ought to have a washroom in it, doesn't it? That seems okay, assuming that you're in this prison room in each house. So I open an entryway, and there are a lot of men. And here, two things could have sounded off. Putting to him, one, no restrooms in the rooms and men in the rooms. Furthermore, this isn't it. They were all lying around in an extremely strange way, and they're all similar to exceptionally like Romanesque. Like laying about and similar to extremely like sort of resting on one another, not actually spooning yet, like conversationally spooning great. You could be aware on the off chance that two individuals lie like they are spooning. They should be a couple, yet two men spooning and appearing to be sincerely involved is fairly extremely strange. It would nearly be the introduction to a bash. Yes, goodness, totally wow. It was so prefaced to Anne, or that entire situation might have been enough for Josh to clear all questions that Diddy put on a show to welcome wonderful ladies, so nobody could find what was really occurring behind that pool, loaded with ladies. However, Josh didn't sit back quietly and, surprisingly, revealed obviously that Diddy's after endlessly parties are something like tension, since when you leave those gatherings the scenes torment you for your life. He said essentially all that I have a plenty of issues, aren't we as a whole, as of now experiencing seething tension that encounters we do individuals want to do, like riding around in a convertible with a llama in New York. Besides, Zeke likewise uncovered a frightening experience he had with Diddy following a charming night at him. Home C took him out to a club anyway. The night veered off in a strange direction when they found that the apparently standard club was, as a matter of fact, a fairly plain gay bar, surprising them totally. So then, at that point, you realize we go to the house and afterward welcomed us to the house 'cause you need to go to the club subsequently, right? I was, okay, cool. Zebit was clearly endeavoring to party and live it up at the club when somebody drew out into the open the way that the men there were kissing each other. Zeke was staggered. However, he didn't really think about it until he saw another man moving BSTT in the club. She pointed over the corner. It's two fellows kissing, you understand what I'm talking about. I'm like this, and this as well as implied toward his entirely awful experience with Diddy when he got hauled into the party. That young lady, you are familiar. The young lady you I like, definitely, and everyone know. However, you realize, expressing out loud, whatever occurring, he resembles, you realize that his Satan man Diddy has the boldness to get some information about the young ladies as well, and a short time later show them the genuine show that typically happens at his gatherings. After that, he even told an unconventional story of Diddy saying a few words regarding Superhead. She will tape you with fingers in the goods, and I resembled what that mean me comp. So then, at that point, I return in the house and I get some information about what is the reason behind talking about anything about whatever other individual when they are not in any event annoying you. Yet this is Diddy, who generally shows himself as better than the more youthful rappers, and Zebit likewise conceded that right now, Diddy could have had an episode with Superhead. He said, I surmise he got some earlier occurrence with her that he don't believe no one should realize about it was really Cassie's new lawful case has uncovered a few disturbing alleged ons against Diddy, her previous beau. As per the claim, Diddy is affirmed to have exposed Cassie to upsetting episodes portrayed as freakouts. These implied occasions occurred in various lodging suites, remembering one at the Trump Global Inn for New York City. The claim makes serious cases recommending that Diddy coordinated his experiences, including Cassie and Mail, while he watched and recorded the exercises. The authoritative report determines that Cass was coordinated to cover herself in oil and partake in private demonstrations with various men on occasion while wearing veils and outfits, so you feel like Diddy was engaging in sexual relations with Jay. They must be for the two of them. They were in the room, right? It's a freak-off area. It expresses that the music leader who she initially met as a youngster told her it would turn him on, assuming he saw her with another D. He purportedly recruited a man and got him to his home in Los Angeles to participate in the S-Act with Cassie. Mr. Brushes coordinated for Miss Ventura to perform acts with this man while Mr. Brushes watched them in the claim state. While he guided Miss Ventura and the man to do explicit acts, the whole experience endured numerous days in her charge. Cassie declared that Diddy, while inebriated during an oddity off in roughly Walk 2016, genuinely attacked her by hitting her right upside the head, bringing about a bruised eye. She itemized her endeavor to leave the lodging while he was sleeping. However, he awakened, releasing a tirade of shout. As per her record, he forcefully snatched at her, held onto glass jars from the foyer, and flung them toward her. This brought about broken glass encompassing her as she swiftly looked for shelter in the lift to escape, in spite of figuring out how to contact her loft. Cassie guaranteed that apprehension about heightening resentment provoked her to return, uncovering the difficult conditions she faced in the relationship. When she returned, the lodging safety faculty encouraged her to get once more into a taxi and go to her condo, recommending that they had seen the security film showing Mr. Combs beating Miss Ventura and tossing glass at her in the inn corridor. The claim states that she asserted that Diddy paid the lodging staff $50,000 for the Passage security film from that night. On one more event in 2013, Diddy purportedly coordinated an oddity and caused a huge number of dollars in punitive fees to the inn as per the claim. Cassie was supposed to organize the area and recruit male laborers for these occasions. She was purportedly trained to utilize sites and escort administrations to track down men with enormous dark P. The claim fights that Diddy demanded these experiences week after week, more than once telling her it was our thing and our mysterious gracious she didn't need it. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.